today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some brand new carbon bankware from 𝗿𝗲ance. So today I'm mainly going to be focusing on a singles setup from 𝗿𝗲ance, but I've also got with me a 2-rod setup and a 3-rod setup. That's a more traditional sort of single bank stick with a crossbar type setup on the top. It's also worth noting that the 2-rod and the 3-rod setup are available for free giveaways, and I'll tell you at some point in this video how to get your hands on it. But for now I'm going to tell you 5 things you need to know about the 𝗿𝗲ance carbon bankware. So point number 1 is the weight. That's probably one of the main things you're going for when going for carbon bank sticks. Of course, they also look good as well, but carbon in its nature is much lighter than many other materials. If I go back to when I first started fishing, I was using quite a cumbersome, heavy pod. Then I went to a stainless setup. I think it was a 𝗿𝗲ance stainless. And yes, it was solid as a rock, but it also weighed a ton as well. And so many people now are trying to go as light as possible, travel light, cut down on things. So why have a really heavy setup when you can cut down on the weight when it comes to your setup like this? I've got the singles here, but still not lose any kind of structural integrity, because as I said, carbon in its nature is light, but it's also extremely strong and rigid. So you're still keeping the stability and strength aspects of, say, a stainless setup, but you're getting much lighter, thinner, sleeker, and a black looking setup. The point number 2 is the stability. Now, as I just mentioned about how lightweight it is, it can give kind of a false sense of flimsiness, I guess, because something feels lightweight, you might not think it's as stable as it is. The way this is designed, especially with the 3-rod singles that I'm talking about today, you've got different sized bank sticks. So the outside bank sticks are slightly shorter than the inside one. You put them into the crossbar setup and it forms a pitchfork sort of setup. So the middle one goes in much deeper than the outside two, and the outside two just stab in a little bit as well. So that's how it goes into the ground. Then you've also got a stabilizer at the back as well. Included in the kit, you get 2 stabilizers, so 1 for each side. You can attach this in different ways. You can use it sliding up and down on a bank stick, so if you wanted to use it on a single stick and then put a stabilizer in, you can, but it actually fits in because it's a system. So you sort of twist the stabilizer apart, screw it into this middle section of the front and back, and that stabs into the ground as well. It just gives it a lot more stability. Now if I show you sideways, it barely flexes at all. Forwards and backwards you might get a bit because obviously it's uprights, excuse the helicopter, but that is pretty much how stable it is. Because so much of it goes into the ground and the stabilizer, you're getting almost pod stability, or if probably even more because it's all stabbed into the ground, without the cumbersome and maybe not as aesthetically pleasing as a pod would look. This looks a lot nicer. Remember, if you like this sort of content, please subscribe to us and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter for regular updates. Now, I also said at the start of the video you can win the 2-rod setup and the 3-rod setup, so there's 2 winners for this competition. All you got to do is make sure you subscribe to us, like this video and comment below, and you'll be entered with a chance to win either the 2-rod or the 3-rod version, and the winner will be chosen 1 month after this video is posted. Good luck. The point number 3 are the accessories. Before I get into them, it's worth noting these don't come included in the setups, but they work hand in hand with them. So there are extras that you might want to take a look at once you've purchased the main system itself. Starting off with the rear buttrest. Something a bit unique is it uses magnets. That's what these little elastic bands are for. That attaches one part of this buttrest to the rod, and then you lift the rod and it's off. And that has got a magnet. See, it just clamps back down. Quite a strong magnet, especially when you're pulling forwards. You'd expect magnets maybe won't be as strong as traditional buttrest, but that's pulling a lot of force, and actually the elastic bands are slipping before the buttrest does. So that's one little feature, is the magnetic buttrests. If I take the rod off the rest, and we move on to the alarm heads. Nothing looks particularly different to any other traditional setup. If I pull on the alarm upright, it comes out like so. Now this has just got a little quick plate adapter, a magnetic plate system that you just screw into the bank stick how you'd normally screw your alarm in, but this just allows you to take your head off at the end of a session, put them away in a bag, and at the start of the session, once your sticks are in place, just slot them into place like so, and you're good to go for the session. So it's a nice little magnetic setup both at the front and the rear, just making things a little bit easier for you. So if I just pop the rod back on there for now. And point number 4 is a dedicated bag for your setup. So this is the one for the 3-rod system. I just unzip it, and on the inside, you'll see you've got 2 clear PVC windows either side. Now they've gone for PVC. as opposed to mesh is because mesh allows things to get caught up in it, dirt gets in through it. So if you want to really protect your items, say if I've taken the alarm heads off, they'll slot in there no problem, and any other bits above, like hangers and stuff, also slot in there as well. You've got this nice little padded divider, so when you've got your bank sticks on either side, or you've still got your alarms attached to something, they're not going to get bashed about inside. On the outside, you've also got 2 sides worth of bank stick holders. So there's 5 bank sticks can be held on each side, and you'll see that it's got a little Velcro tab there, there and there. So it depends on how big your bank stick is how much you can fold it all up. And same on the other side as well. So if you've got loads more bank sticks, you want them on the outside, or distance sticks, things like that, you want to stick to this, then you've got a bag that's dedicated for that. Now, fifth and finally are the prices. Starting off with the 3-rod singles I've been focusing on today, and all of these prices are taken from Amazon, by the way. At the point of filming, they are up there for £129, and then the 3-rod setup and the 2-rod setup are £59 and £58 respectively. So they really aren't very expensive at all. And of course, you can get your hands on them, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. But for more information, please do head over to the New Direction website. That's everything from me for now. So cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon.